It's another beautiful foggy day in San Francisco, which I love because that means the lighting's gonna be really good. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Valerie, I'm a software engineer, and today we're gonna go over bash scripting. We're gonna go over using the command line, what commands are, and then what a script is. A script is basically a bunch of commands in one file, and they all execute sequentially. And this allows you to run the script and do something that you don't want to do manually over and over again. A lot of the CI tools like Jenkins or Circle CI or continuous integration tools use a lot of scripts so that they can communicate and send information about your project that you want to build in the cloud to make sure that everything's working correctly. You need to create like a scripting file to even integrate the continuous integration tool into your project. And so that's one example of when people use a script. A lot of teams that automate things like testing use scripts to do their testing. Even myself, an iOS developer, I also use scripts to automate things. Now, there are scripting languages like Bash, ZSH, but you can also create scripts in coding languages like Python and even Swift. I think pretty much any coding language, but correct me if I'm wrong. Now we're just gonna open up terminal. So this is your command line. I have an extra shell called ZSH, which you can download from GitHub because it's open sourced, but it just makes my stuff prettier and easier to use. By the way, I'm using iTerm. This is iTerm. Here you can type in a command ls, which shows you all of the folders and files on this current path. And pwd is sort of like the file path. So ls shows you whatever is in that directory. Usually you won't see this colorful text without ZSH. Normally if you like use a lot of GitHub, if you want to like git clone stuff, I'm gonna go to Chrome. So when we usually go to GitHub, we want to clone a project, we go here and then we git clone. And then you should see we just cloned our project. Basically what we just did is we just ran a command. The command was git clone. There's a bunch of other commands. There's like you can do history, and then it'll show you the history of all the commands you have ran previously. You can do clear to clear everything that's showing up in your terminal. So now when we create a script, we are basically putting all of these commands into a single file so that it can run sequentially. So let's do that. Let's create that script. So on desktop, we can do touch, and then we can call it my super awesome, not so awesome script.sh. And there it showed up. That's right here. And if we open it up, it is empty because we need to put commands in it. Okay, one thing I want to emphasize is that a script is basically a bunch of commands in one file. I feel like when I was learning how to write scripts, I was so confused. I wasn't sure like how to do it, but it turned out to be simpler than I imagined. And so this is what I would tell myself who was beginning. So now we have my super awesome, not so awesome script. You can name yours whatever you want. Doesn't have to even be that long. We are gonna open it up and put some commands in it. So obviously we can do echo hello world, which is what everyone does to print out things. We're gonna command S to save. And then we're gonna close it. And then how do we run this script? So what a script does, it's not code. Coding languages, they run on a compiler. Scripts, they run using a scripting language interpreter. So basically the interpreter here is Bash. Okay, so this is what we need. We need to add this at the top of our script. And basically this is just saying that it's using the Bash interpreter. And so now we can actually run our script. But how do we run it? We need to turn it into an executable file. And how do we do that? We have to do chmod plus x my super, and then I'm gonna hit tab so that it shows up the autocompletes. And now you can see our script. When I did ls, we have to do / the name of our script to run. This basically runs our script. So if we run it, it says it prints out hello world. So that's what the script does so far. Now we can put all sorts of commands into it. I'd like to take a brief moment to talk about today's sponsor, Nordpass. Nordpass is the ultimate password manager that keeps your digital life secure. First things first, Nordpass offers a sleek and user-friendly interface that makes managing your passwords a breeze. As a business, keeping your company's sensitive data secure is paramount. With Nordpass, you can say goodbye to the days of writing passwords down on sheets or relying on employees' memory. Imagine the time wasted on manually writing and remembering passwords. Nordpass streamlines this process by securely storing all of your company's passwords in one encrypted vault. Autofill is a game changer for teams. Instead of wasting valuable time typing passwords, Nordpass autofill feature seamlessly fills in login credentials, improving your team's efficiency and productivity. And what about those moments when you need to share a password securely? Nordpass has you covered with its secure password sharing feature. Nordpass allows you to easily manage and share passwords within your team, ensuring everyone has access to the accounts they need without compromising security. Its zero-knowledge architecture ensures that your data is encrypted and only you can access it. Even if your device is lost, your password remains protected. And here's the best part. Nordpass is compatible with all major platforms and browsers, so you can seamlessly integrate it into your digital life. Whether you're an individual, family, or business, Nordpass provides flexible plans to suit your needs. Plus, they have a 24/7 customer service team to assist you whenever you need help. In conclusion, Nordpass is the password manager that you have been waiting for. It's secure, convenient, and packed with features to make your digital life easier. So why not give it a try and experience the peace of mind that it brings? So imagine that you have a bunch of things on your desktop and you want to move them all to a certain folder. So let's say you had a bunch of JPEG files or MOV files, MP4 files that you want to move into a certain file. And if you had HTML files, SH files, JSON files, TXT files, you want to categorize them into maybe assets, videos, and code. So that's what we're going to do right now. So we basically have our script here that we created. So this is like a representation of what my desktop looks like normally, and I hate how cluttered it looks. Like there's usually a bunch of downloads, like I download a bunch of different things, images that I love, like I love fashion. So I like collect these images, I love different outfits, and yeah, and then I put them on my vision board. Cute outfit ideas and things like that. So I want to create a script to organize all of this for me. Currently this is my desktop, and so we want to find the desktop file path. So we do pwd, which is the command to get the file path. So this is sort of like a map to where you currently are. I'm just gonna write a comment here. The hashtag is a comment in script. So this is where we want to look at our files. We're gonna call this variable called desktop path is equal to this. And I think we need to set it as a string so that it knows. This is how you set a variable. I want to separate all these assets into 3 folders. So I'm gonna put a comment. Folder 1 is gonna be named assets, and folder 2 is gonna be named code stuff, because there's some things that are code related, like this index.html file. And then I'm gonna name folder 3 just like named random for things that we don't know how to categorize. So how you make the file is the command mkdir is like make directory. So we're gonna make this directory inside of desktop, mkdir / the name assets. We're gonna mkdir code stuff, and we're gonna wanna like put parentheses around it so that it doesn't take the spacing into account. But you can also do it another way, which is you backslash. But I get easily confused with the backslashes and forward slashes, so I'm just gonna put it in quotation marks. We're gonna do mkdir. The folder is gonna be named random. And so it'll make these folders. So let's save Command S and close it and run it, and it should be creating 3 new folders on our desktop. So /, we're gonna run the script. It ran hello world and it created those 3 folders for us. Yay. We're gonna open up the script again. Now that we have our 3 folders, we want to move the assets. So we're gonna say for file in desktop path, do something. If file, if -f file, then we check the extension of the file. So we're gonna grab the extension name and the file name. So if extension is equal to this. So basically we want to get the extension, which is the last ending, sort of like the txt or the JSON, so sort of like the file type, the file extension, basically. And then we want to get the file name. File hashtag slash, I think //. And that's how you get the file name. So now we want to check if the extensions of the files are either, JPEG, JPG, PNG. So any JPEG, PNG files, we know that those are going to be assets. Those are going to be like some sort of image. Some sort of image, right? So if extension is equal to either JPEG, pipe, JPG, pipe, PNG, and we have to put this in brackets as well. Oops. We have to end the sentence. If this, then, that means that we will put these files in the assets folder. So then we MV these files. So I need to create a variable for these folder names. I'm gonna call assets folder. I'm gonna move this into here. We can use desktop path. So we would do desktop path. I don't know, we can put them in quotation marks if we wanted. We don't need to for this one. Now we would do code stuff folder. is equal to $, desktop path. Let's just copy paste over, and we would pass in the code stuff name of the folder. And then we want to create the random folder. So random underscore folder is equal to $ desktop path / random. Okay, now we have these property names. So if they don't exist, we're gonna make them. So we're gonna just mkdir these variable names instead of passing in the entire file path string. There, that looks cleaner. So then now we can move the file to assets folder. And then we also want to include the $ / file name. So we're basically moving the file to the assets folder. Any files that end in JPEG, JPG, or PNG. I think we can do endif. I know. Sorry, that's Swift preprocessor macros. In Bash, it's elif. So that's like the else condition. Else if something else, some other condition, then we will do something else. So else if the extension ends in txt file like we have on screen here, or a JSON pipe, some RST file, pipe RST pipe Python, like if there's a py file that's Python, then we can do some stuff there. And then we end the condition. Else if this, then we want to move it into like the code file. So mv means move. Move into, what is the file name? mv $file, code stuff folder / $file name. Okay. And then else in like any other condition, like if we have any other files that don't match any of these conditions, then we're gonna put them into the random folder. Else we're gonna move that file that doesn't meet any conditions into the random folder, and we're gonna put the file name just so it knows which file to move and what to name it. And then I think this is endif. Oh, it's fi. That's how you end the if condition in Bash. This needs to be spaced in because we have an if condition on the outside here. And then for the for loop, how we end the for loop is we mark it as done. And then we can say echo files have been organized. We can say, instead of hello world here, we can say I'm starting to organize your desktop. That's what the script is gonna say. Okay, I'm gonna save it, Command S, close it, and then run it. So / my super awesome script. Oh no, we see some errors here. So it started to organize our desktop, and then there's a syntax error. So let's open up our script again and fix that error. So line 30. So line 30, I am missing something, syntax error. There's a paren. I forgot the $, I guess. I need a $, and I need that little thing. Okay. Let's run it again. -F command not found. Line 22. Line 22. What if I remove that? Let's run it again. Oh, file exists. Ooh. It says files have been organized even though there's error, so it's just echoing the echo command. It's just printing something out, but it's not actually, it didn't successfully run what we wanted to run, so we need to move the echo inside of the for loop somewhere. Yeah, so we need to move this. So, guess we can move it in here. And then we need to fix whatever the heck it's complaining about, no such file or directory. Rename desktop path to, desktop path is this. And then, random. This, oh, interesting. File name. How we debug, I'm just gonna print out some things. So what is file? Give me this. I'm gonna move it above the MV. I'm gonna move it here. Well, actually, MV, actually, I'm just gonna save it and just run it here. Files desktop path. Oh. File. This name is desktop path. No. We don't want that. MV. File name. Desktop path. Why is it named desktop path? Okay. We needed the -f. Okay. It didn't go into here because it didn't print out this line. So for some reason it's not working because all of my files are, oh, I need to delete this. Well, why is it named that? Oh, I need to do the $sign. $sign. Okay, let's delete all of this and run it again. Okay, created, oops, random stuff. Well, where did this stuff come from? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna change it just to code. Okay, I'm gonna delete these, move to trash, save this, run it again, and there we go. Our files have been generated, and then it says it's doing its thing, but files have been organized. So it just went through the for loop, but it didn't go through the if conditions. So I'm gonna move this inside. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna update it to say asset files have been organized. And then if it's successful here, it'll say code files have been organized. And if it's successful here, it'll say random files have been organized. Ah. Okay, let's run it again. It did not go into my if conditions, so oops, I just want to open it. So we're gonna put those files, I'm just gonna add some more comments. Put these files into code folder, and then we're gonna put these files into random folder. Oops, that doesn't go there. That goes over here. Well, actually, I'm gonna put it above. And yeah, I'm missing a slash. And let's just put it into quotation marks so that it interprets it correctly. You don't always have to do this, but you should do it when, especially when there's spacing involved. There's no spacing here, but I just want to double check. So I'm gonna save, Command S. Oh! Ah! Oh my god, that worked! That's awesome. Okay, that worked. It moved all the files, and it printed out a bunch of things. Ooh, my script even moved, so where did it go? So I moved into random because, like, anything else. It didn't move this PNG file. Why? I added PNG here. Why didn't you move it? That's weird. It didn't move this key file or my screenshots that don't have any extensions. So I need to update that. So if it doesn't have an else, the extension is weird, but we're gonna say another else condition where, well, we need to put it into an if condition. Inside here, so if there is an extension, $sign extension, then I'm gonna space these because it's inside the if condition, elif, oh, well, else, if it doesn't have any extension, I'm gonna do, there is no extension on the file, then move it into the random folder. So we're gonna just move the file. Okay, let's go to our, let's add, because my sh folder, my file, my script file keeps moving into random, but we don't want it in random because it's basically code. So I'm gonna add something here, pipe sh, so that it gets moved into the code folder. Okay. And then, why is this key file not moving? Interactive -docs.key. Why is this .key not moving? PDF CSS is moved into random. Okay, we need to add CSS to this because that is also a code thing. SVG code, pi, RST, assets, all the JPEGs. What if we did elif dash f, actually, Let's print out the extension for this condition. It didn't go into that case. That's weird. Okay, let's put my script. Well, it did move my script. So it moved my script into the right spot. But, so it doesn't go into here. I'm just gonna add my name so it's more memorable for me. Let's just print it here. I'll call this 2. Command S, save, run it again. It doesn't go into the else condition at all. Why doesn't it go into the else condition? What if I did elif here, where I copied if the extension ends with key, then we do something. Only move it, I'm just gonna copy paste and then update it, move it into random folder. Okay. I'm just gonna print Mallory check key extension and Command S and run it again. Oh, I need to move it back because we moved it out. Okay, go back there. Okay, run it. It's not looking at. Save. Run it again. The keynote document is still there. What's this? It still doesn't move the key. I don't know why. Okay. For the purposes of this demo, we apparently cannot run a key. I'm just gonna end it here. So I'm just gonna remove key. Don't know why this isn't being moved. Okay, guys. I don't know why the keynote file doesn't get moved. I don't know. We already considered all the edge cases. So we look for JPEG files, PNG files. We put them in the assets folder. We look for files that have TXT, JSON, HTML, RST, Python, SH, CSS files. We move them into the code folder. And then we have the else condition, which is any other extensions or any other unknown files that we don't know what to do with. We're going to move them into the random folder. And so if there is no extension, we're going to move them into the random folder. If there is an extension and we don't even know what the hell, it's an unknown extension, we move them into the random folder. The .key file has a .key extension, but it's not being moved into the random folder. So, that's unfortunate. I don't know what to do with that. But everything else moved. So, For the purposes of this video, I'm just gonna end there. And you can see that that is how bash scripting works. We were able to move everything into different folders without having to drag and drop everything. That's pretty cool. So cool to just write something up and it does all the work for you. Alright guys, I hope you learned something new, and if you didn't learn anything new, then let me know what you thought of the video and let me know what video I should make next. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to follow me on Instagram and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you later. Bye!